Yeah, that's right. That's pure Adagnister making a special showing out here. Make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. Now, there's a lot of coolness available out of this tournament. Now, we did have a little bit more of a Malice representation for this event, which is kind of what I would be expecting to see out here. You know, everybody's had the chance to sit through the first event. Now they've had the chance to kind of gather up the resources and play in the second one. So, yes, we had 4 Malice in contention for this. Now, we also had 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon duelists stepping up to challenge the meta here as well. Not all that surprising. I mean, Blue Eyes had a good showcasing in both of these events. We also had Regenesis Kashtira out here, which I'm actually really happy to see that this deck has been doing absolutely diabolical out here, honestly. And then we also had 2 Fire King decks as well. Fire King is very notorious for being able to break down some of these boards and being able to do some very, very cool things. Now, we get into the subsection here where we have Adagnister out here doing a very, very strong job at breaking down the meta. I didn't think I would see Adagnister performing, but holy crap, it did well. Now, Chimera actually ended up winning this event, which really just starts to break down a lot of the walls here. Like, that's really amazing to see. And I didn't think I would see Adagnister doing well, but holy crap, it actually did. Now, we also do have Lightsworn doing well, which was a very shocking thing to see as well. We also had some White Forest, Dragon Rulers, and even the Odeon Special entering into the arena out here, attempting to challenge the meta. When you have this many rogue contenders that are doing this well out here, you know, kind of widespread through more events, I think that's absolutely phenomenal. And it's this kind of stuff that really makes this environment look really, really cool. Now let's pass on over to Decklist. We actually have Chimera, who ended up winning this event, which is a pleasant shock, honestly, to the meta, because you get the chance to see the Chimera good stuff actually doing its job out here. But we've also got a Dark Fusion built into this package as well, and I absolutely love this. This is super good to see. Nightmare Apprentice also doing exactly what it needs to be doing, and of course the control options I think in this list are absolutely spectacular. Now, second place here, we do have some Malice variations for you here, going with the 1 Baldrake and the 1 Druisworm, which is phenomenal. And you do see the 1 Malice in the mirror doing its job, and of course, Meows and the Perulias going absolutely ham here. And hello, Lancia. This is the anti-fun side deck here. Your opponent's just going to be looking at you going, I can't believe you. Like, what have you done? Well, I've destroyed you and left you having no fun. Third place didn't want to show their deck, but that's okay, because we got top 4. Fourth place, we have more Malice for you, going with, oh, look, more Bestials, going with the 2 Allure of Darkness in the main deck. You also do see that we have the Gold Sarcophagus action pile in here as well. And, of course, hello, Dimension Shifter. So, yeah, Shifter still is seeing some play down here in the piles. You shouldn't really be surprised to see that, because the toolkit of options that you've got available to you is still going to be very, very strong in the end. But hey, absolutely looks good. Now we deviate on down to top 8 here. We do have some Blue Eyes action for you here, actually playing the triple copies of the Neo Kaiser Seahorse. So I guess this typically acts as a little extender so you can get things going. We are not playing the Jet Dragon in here. That's kind of surprising. Going with 2 Drill Beams in the main, some Psalms down here. Holy crap, that's a lot of Psalms. You do see we are doing the Ancient Fairy Dragon, and we're also playing the Jirachi, the Cursed Thunder God in here. Huh. That's a card that I didn't really see Blue Eyes trying to play, but I'll take that. Then we have the Adagnister pile here. Now, this really, really was a pleasant surprise, because I've not seen a lot of people testing Adagnister stuff, and to be truthfully honest with you, I think you got some really cool options available to you for this. You do see the Cyber Sage being one of those really cool cards that this deck is taking advantage of, and of course, you have the entire utility package down here of Adagnister tools available for you to do your thing. No Adagnister 6 value though, but this list looks really, really cool to see. Next up here we have Regenesis Kashtira. And of course, this is going to be using the Fiendsmith stuff in here just as a very strong backing for this deck. You want to make sure that this package gets you anchored in, generates you a crap ton of advantage, and starts to put your opponent on a really bad situation. And of course, going with all the extra good stuff in here. The Kashtira cards in this deck get so much value, it's actually kind of nuts. Oh my gosh, what is this? I see Mimigul in here. I see that we've got the Archfiend Harris. And what is this pile? You have the Chaos Betrayer showing up in this. This is what we like to call the homunculus piles of garbage that work out. Because you're able to take all of these different packages, shove them together, and you have what appears to just be success. And it's always interesting to me when we can see these decks work out, but this is awesome. Next up here, we have Malice. Okay, so we got the one Malice in the mirror. I still find it very weird that people are trying two of this. You do see the I Meet shoes down here in the side deck. I think that this is probably going to be more of a standard approach kind of going forward out here. That you're going to just see this card doing a lot of good things for this deck. Free search ability is always going to be key. Also, going with some Molcharmies here on the side, the one wizard for the extension. Looks good. Next up here, we have White Forest with the power of the Azmi and stuff. Also, I see we're doing a mini Fiendsmith package in here as well. You know, you may as well just take advantage of it, right? Because being able to get into the small stuff here makes sure that, you know, we can kind of slot this into the extra deck so you can do your thing. It doesn't really hurt the overall approach to things. Hello, Destructive Daruma Cannon. This list looks kind of toxic, actually. And I kind of like that. We needed some toxicity out here. I also have some Fire King action for you. Now, if you're trying to break Fire Kings in a crazy way, I don't think it's going to happen. I think that you got to understand this deck's going to be a nice slow roll. It's going to get you to the places that you need to be, and you should be able to set up relatively easily with this. Also, you know, we have the Chaos Hunters down here. You're doing pretty much everything that you need to be doing in the standard anti-meta sense of Fire Kings, so good stuff with this. Next up here, we have more Regenesis Kashtira. Now, this one's going with a 2-2 split on this, which I do think is fine. Going with the 2 Sages, which is also nice. 2 extras. In this build, yes, you do care about your extra deck a little bit, but it's not enough that you can't make the concessions out here and try to make some nice changes. And, of course, that's the Boro code that we were talking about. Okay. Glad to see that you're seeing some play down here. Next up here, we have the power of Fire Kings. I gotta tell you, man, seeing more of the Fire King action out here is really cool. Going with the triple extrav and the Pot of Prosperity, there will be a lot of situations where you just don't need your extra decks, and netting those resources off of this is going to feel just extremely good. Of course, this card is so good. Being able just to essentially go through a full board wipe cycle and just look at your opponent and go, yeah, what are you going to do about it? Is just so devastating. Next up here, we have, hello, Dragon Ruler pile. I am genuinely surprised to be seeing, you know, people that are coming up with pile decks like this that are actually working out. But it is cool to see, you know, if the grass does resolve, you're just going to an absolute decimation on your opponent. But we're also playing Banisher of the Light down here. That's an interesting choice. I guess you can bring it off of the Redox Revive if you really need to, but that's hilarious. We've also got some Blue Eyes White Dragon for you here. I see that we are focusing on those Dominuses. Gotta love. See, most people were stirring away from this now. I think that this is probably something that, you know, in a situation like this, you're in 15th place. Maybe adjust this. Also, Thrust, I see we're maximizing on the Dragon's Mines. Yeah, this looks pretty much as you needed to be seeing. No Ancient Fairy Life Dragon down here either. And our last list here is none other than the powerful Odeon pile. Maximizing on super polys in the main deck, that's absolutely fine. You do see that we got the Stygian Dirge down here, so we can disrupt levels of things on the field, which is good. Playing the extra Molcharmy down here as well. And of course, the Gallant Granite Machine, just to be able to disrupt your opponent. I love everything everything that we are seeing out of this, because there's a lot of cool things here. So what do you guys think about all of this? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. It's a pretty good format out here, and I love getting the chance to see all of these cool options. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.